It's Kayla Harrison Day! It's Kayla Harrison, this is amazing! I've been waiting for this day for so long, yes! Multi-time judo, Olympic champion, now PFL, Professional Fighters League champion! So, we're at American Top Team.
We are.
Kayla's home training base in South Florida, beautiful South Florida.
Beautiful, a little bit chilly South Florida today.
Well, it's interesting because that's actually, Kayla, where I'd like to start.
Okay.
This time of year, see a little bit of the sun coming in. Would you rather be in Boston, Middleton, Ohio, or in South Florida?
Goodness. Well, I just talked to Big Jim yesterday and they were getting a nor'easter, about 15 inches of snow. So it's safe to say I don't want to be in Boston right now. I talked to my mom yesterday too and it's like 20 degrees there. So I'm quite happy with our 50-degree, terribly chilly weather here in sunny South Florida.
And Kayla can handle it because she can handle anything.
Right.
She's a fighter. Kayla, PFL, Professional Fighters League.
Yep.
What was it like getting in there, going at it, and being able to achieve the goal?
Amazing. You know, obviously, my goal is to be the best in the world. My goal is to leave behind a legacy, and to become a world champion in MMA after only 7 fights, I think is pretty spectacular. And I was very happy with my performance. I was happy to be a champion, to get $1 million. It was awesome, and I'm looking forward to doing it again this year.
$1 million. Did you buy anything, something, or did you just more or less put it toward bills and save it?
I saved a lot, which came in handy, obviously, because last year I didn't fight a lot. So now I have 2 kiddos, so that is where a lot of it goes. No, I didn't buy. I'm trying to think if I bought anything.
Clothes, cars.
A pool heater.
A pool heater.
For when it's cold like this.
That's what I was just going to say to you. A pool heater in South Florida. That's what Kayla gets.
That is extravagant for me too, to say the least. Like a pool heater, really?
This is great. It's another.
My coach Mako gave me a hard time. He's like, you should use the pool for a cold dip in the winter. This way it's good for your body. Cold dip, hot dip, sauna. I'm like, Mako, you are a bear and I am not. You are a polar bear.
He is a polar bear and he's old school and they love that. And it's like, you need to go and rock climb.
Yeah, no.
And you need to pick up the boulders and you need to be in the cold and you don't wear anything. Wear just the top and the bottom and that's
crazy.
it. And
he's crazy.
Go ice swimming as well.
Yeah. He'd probably be telling me to get in the ocean in Boston right now or something. I'm like, no.
Tell us about your coaches, specifically the ones that you're working with.
Yeah, so I feel like, you know, I won the lottery ticket being here at American Top Team. I work with, my head coach is Mike Brown. I also work with Steve Mako, and then Anderson Francos is my striking coach. But everyone here helps me. You know, all the coaches here, you know, from Conan to Kahumpa to Steve Bruno, everyone here is helpful and has helped me in some way, shape, or form. And I'm like a sponge. If you want to tell me something, I'm gonna soak it up and I'm gonna be grateful for it. So my main coaches are Anderson, Mike, and Mako, and they oversee all of my training. I feel like they have shaped and molded me into a killer. But really, American Top Team is a team, and all of the coaches here help to make me who I am.
And Kayla, they all have their own unique styles and ways about them. What's it like when you were training in judo? Did you just have 1 or 2 coaches?
Yeah, so in judo, my coaches were actually Big Jim Pedro and his son Jimmy Pedro. So they were a team, and I was a lot younger, so I feel like it was kind of like a good cop, bad cop routine. Like Big Jim was the bad cop. He like said, you know, that's terrible, do it again. And Jimmy was the good cop. He was the motivator. He was the inspirer. He said, you know, you're the best in the world. You can do this, you can do this. And together, they were an unstoppable team. They're the best judo coaches, I think, in the world, but undeniably the best judo coaches in the country. They've produced all of the Olympic medals for the past 20-something years. So it was a great dynamic working with them.
Here you're getting more coaching.
I am
and a lot
getting
more
a lot
different
of coaching
coaching.
here.
So yeah. So in that dynamic, how does it work?
It's different. It's different because you have to manage, you know, you really are in charge of your career. In judo, I think because I was so young and it was just the Pedros, I really was just like, whatever they said went, you know? But now, you know, I'm a woman, I'm grown. My coaches say, how do you feel today? Do you feel like doing this? Do you feel, and I'm really in charge of deciding what I do, and I do it how I do it. Of course, they guide me, and Mike makes my schedule and tells me what I should be working on and what he thinks. And it's up to me though to make the final decision on what I do, how I do it, what information I digest, and what information I say, okay, no, maybe not that, or you know, I'm really sore today, I think I'm gonna rest. That's my job, because it's my dream, it's my goal, it's my career, so I'm in charge of it. But I just shut up and do what they say. That's my mentality.
Check mark on the philosophy, because it's always best to do that.
Yeah, you say jump, I say how high.
When you're dealing with American Top Team as well, and everybody that's here.
They've climbed the mountain many times. Not only have they fought and been MMA fighters themselves, but now they've coached the best in the world to do it. So there is a system, there is a formula. It's tested and proven, and I'm just here to show up, do the work, keep my head down, and I know that if I do that, I'm going to be the best in the world.
And Kayla, are you also working with other fighters and helping them in their fights? And who are some of the ones that have helped you?
Yeah, actually right now I'm helping Yana, Foxy Yana. She's fighting a judo player, Caitlin Vera, in the UFC, so she has a fight in a couple weeks. So I have been helping her train for that. I'm really excited for that fight. But really, just anybody, you know, it's a very unique thing here. There's not a lot of ego. There's not a lot of. I'm willing to help anyone, and I feel like anyone's willing to help me. If I have a question about leg locks, I'm not afraid to go ask, you know, Mateus. If you know, there's something that I need help with in terms of striking, you know, anyone here will help me. So I'm very grateful and thankful for that, and it's a unique place, American Top Team.
PFL champion, two-time Olympic gold medalist for the USA. PFL is a new season coming up. They took off last season. How do you feel about being with PFL, doing that? Because not a lot of sports leagues, safety and health took that in consideration and said we're going to wait till 2021.
You know, for me, I'm a competitor at heart. I feel like last year was tough. Mentally for me, it was tough to not have a goal. It was tough to not have something to strive for, but I stayed ready. I showed up. I was in the gym every day. I didn't miss any training sessions. I didn't, you know, take a couple months off or whatever. I stayed training, and I feel like I grew exponentially as a fighter last year. And the biggest thing that you can ask for is the opportunity to compete. So as an athlete, I'm excited for the opportunity to compete again. I'm excited to be a world champion again and just get back in there and prove why I'm going to go down as one of the greats.
Madison Square Garden, New Year's Eve, the clock strikes 12. Were you at MSG? Were you in Times Square? Do you remember where you were around that time doing media?
I was at a press conference. It sounds like it's so fun and glamorous, but you don't get to go to Times Square and all of that. You know, the New Year bell rings when your hand gets raised inside the cage.
That's the bell you want to hear.
That's the only bell I want to hear.
Is Kayla Harrison still the Uno champion?
I am the Uno champion forever and always. The greatest there ever was, will be.
Have you been mastering any board games with the kids?
Well, I've been teaching my niece Uno. We just started Goldfish as well. We got this new game called Throw Burrito. It's absolutely savage. I'm not very good at that one yet. What other games have we been playing? Oh, she's obsessed with Guess Who. But we spend a lot of time outside, to be honest. I'm a big believer that kids should be outside playing, especially when it's summer all year round here. So we're learning how to ride the bike, and we're taking swimming lessons, and it's been a real blessing to have them in my life.
Singing too.
We do a lot of singing. We do
now, Kayla,
a lot of dance parties.
I know Tim McGraw is high on the Kayla list.
Yes.
Last dollar?
Yes. Well, you know you're.
Can we have a little bit of last dollar here? all right. Well, you know what?
By
We're
myself?
gonna get that now. Oh, that's okay because we already have it.
You do have it.
That's
It is
right, on social media.
It is on social media. Yes. See, I think that movement is key for kids, and one of my favorite things to do after Kyla gets out of school or Imri's being a little wild child is to put on some music and we just dance and sing. And sometimes she says, no, I want to do a show. So then I have to get out the iPad and set it up, and then we do a recording, and she's in the studio, she's recording. That's honestly probably the best part of my day.
So there's the best of Tim McGraw. So might we see a compilation of the best of Kayla Harrison?
Yes, for sure, we can do that. She gets a little embarrassed of my dancing and my singing because I'm just, I'm a free bird. I belt it. I'm not ashamed.
You're a Leonard Skinner child.
Yeah, Leonard Skinner. If I had some air guitar, I will rock that. But yeah, you could look forward to a lot more of that this year.
Kayla Harrison, a big karaoke fan.
Love karaoke. We have a karaoke machine actually at the house, so we're a musical family. I'm not musically talented, but I'm a big fan.
Have you met Tim McGraw?
Did I? Actually, I went to the Country Music Awards. I stayed.
Big time. Wait a minute now. Let me back up. Wait a minute, you met the CMAs.
Chris Brooks and his wife Barb welcomed me into their home. I sent them a Christmas card this year. We're good. We're still buddies. But Tim McGraw is their neighbor, actually. So a little crazy. I did not meet him though. I don't think.
So you didn't go over there to say, hey, can I come over? And
no.
There we are, Kayla stalking a little bit. We're getting we're seeing a news report.
Yeah, that would be bad. MMA fighter. Can you imagine?
Champion.
But he likes to work out. I should offer him some free lessons.
Hey, are there any good places to eat around here?
Any good places to eat around here?
Not Chuck E. Cheese.
I mean, this is so, after church on Sundays, me and the kids always go, it's right down the street from me, it's Texas Roadhouse. But my niece always says, let's go to Texas! We don't eat out a lot. We're healthy.
Healthy eaters.
We're
healthy eaters. Well, there's some healthy eating spots
No,
around
there
here.
is. We
don't get out too
between
much.
training and having 2 kids by myself, I'm lucky if I brush my hair in the morning, as you can tell.
It's so interesting too because with all you've accomplished and all you've done, you're an author as well, Fighting Back.
Yep.
And also you're the Fearless Foundation.
Yep.
So I always ask you about it, but we always talk about it. Tell us about the Fearless Foundation.
I'm excited about the Fearless Foundation. I feel like this year, hopefully I'm going to make some more strides. It's no secret that I was sexually abused by my first coach. I wrote the book Fighting Back really because fighting is great and I love it, and selfishly it makes me feel good, but I don't think it's my purpose in the world. I don't think that, aside from being one of the best, I think my purpose and what I want to do is I want to leave the world better than I found it. And I don't think that it's a coincidence that it happened to me. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy, but I do believe everything happens for a reason. And my goal is to help eradicate child sexual abuse. And that is through the book, through the foundation, through education. And one step at a time, I'm working towards that.
Website, social media.
KaylaHarrison.com. My social media is, Instagram is @JudoKayla. Twitter is @KaylaH. The Fearless Foundation also has an Instagram account. Not much has been done yet. We're working on the website as well, so hopefully we'll get more of that to you by the end of this year.
Might we see @UnoChampion, Kayla?
Yeah, it should be @UnoChampion. That should be really I should add that to my bio. I don't know why
I looked at the bio, and I was asking, I looked at the, to do research, because you could find out so much about it. You can, other things, the tidbits, which I love, and I couldn't find any of that, but I remembered Uno.
You're
so
right, you're right.
So you should put the Uno Champion there. All right, a couple more questions to wrap this up, because I know this is Kayla Harrison Media Day, so we've got it. We got it almost. So, is there anything fun to do in Middletown, Ohio? And what is Middletown like?
It's a quiet place. It's not super busy. You know, they've done a great job of revitalizing downtown Middletown. So the heart of the city has now been all redone. There's a bunch of new stores down there. And last time I was home, I went with my mom and we did some, not glass blowing, but we made stained glass like things together. Yeah, it was really cool.
Are you a big deal there? I know you're modest. Come on. Do they have, seriously, and you know, now this part.
They have a home of Kayla Harrison sign.
Yes,
yeah,
I was just going to ask that. They do have that.
They do.
Oh, that is so cool. You know, no, isn't it though? You know you've made it. I know we joke a lot too, but I really think that's cool. Well, you know you made it when you're driving, and all of a sudden you see like Middletown, Ohio, and then you'll see like home of Kayla Harrison or home of.
It's humbling. It's humbling for sure. To be next to, so it says home of Kayla Harrison, Cris Carter, and Jerry Lucas. So, I mean, those are some great names to be next to. Yeah, I'm very, it's an honor for me, you know, and I think I get a lot of positive messages on social media, on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and a lot of them are, you know, about Midi Pride, and we're so proud of you, and that's our girl, Middletown, Ohio loves you, and I just want all of them to know that I hear it, I see it, I'm so grateful for it, and I hope to keep making Middletown proud.
Did you take a photo by the sign?
I do have a photo by the sign. I do have a funny
You
photo
have
by
to.
the sign.
I know you're humble, but come on.
Yeah.
You had to do that. Last thing, professional wrestling, because I love professional wrestling. You know I love wrestling. Dan Lambert loves professional wrestling.
Dan Lambert is obsessed.
MLW, there's a group, MLW. We talked today. We didn't do an interview.
You should ask him for an interview about his... Pedro, leave me alone. You should ask Dan Lambert about his wrestling memorabilia room. He has like this entire room dedicated to all these weird wrestling belts and all of this. We give him such a, we're like, you know this is all fake, right? Like these aren't real belts, this is fake. It's all choreographed. And he's like, would you call an Emmy fake? He was like,
it's true though, right? Because it's the performance of it.
He
it's
said,
the performance of it.
My favorite Dan Lambert line is because he has done a couple wrestling skits with ATT.
Impact Wrestling,
yes,
MLW,
exactly,
yes.
So he sent me a link to a YouTube clip one time, and I was like, oh my god. And he was like, you mock what you don't understand. I'm not the first artist to be mocked for what I do. And I'm like, oh my god, Dan, you have lost it. Get out of here. But he means it. He loves it. He's obsessed.
It's the best. He loves it. The rest, they love him. Booker T, famous wrestler.
Yeah.
Just visited him.
No
I talked to Booker T about this. This is amazing. It's so incredible. And I love the wrestling, so I'm a fan of that.
Listen, it is impressive, and I do admire their work.
Rock, Stone Cold,
yeah,
are those?
Of course. Goldberg, Stone Cold. Are you kidding me? Like, I was a kid. My dad watched it. I watched it with my dad. Do I think I'm cut out for it? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I gotta come up with a Kayla move. A Kayla H something.
Good nickname.
Yeah.
Persona, and a good move. You're right. That would be, talk to Dan. Dan could be your pro wrestling manager for TV.
Dan said to me, I don't know. He's like, I've got enough MMA belts. I want a wrestling belt. And he's like, I'm like, Dan, please leave me alone, okay? I can't talk to you about this anymore.
Well, that is so great. Professional Fighter League champion, Kayla Harrison. Thank you so much. Maybe future pro wrestling champion.
Not you too. We'll see. I never say never.
Ooh, good. WWE. That's their motto. I'm serious. It's never say never. Yes, Kayla. Thank you, Kayla.
My pleasure. Thank you so much.